Hello and welcome to this presentation, How CooperSurgical Can Make PGT Easier. My name's Emily Austin and I'm the Sales Manager for the UK and Ireland. This presentation is the last in a series, How to Set Up a PGT Programme. So you're either listening to this at the end of that series, or perhaps you could listen to this as a summary by itself to get a flavour of what it is that we offer. So just to start with, what genomic services do we offer? We offer PGT-A, and this is where we are selecting embryos that are the most likely to implant and result in a successful pregnancy. And this lowers the miscarriage rate for patients. Our PGT-A, we call it PGT-AI, where AI stands for artificial intelligence. This is using a big data set based on real outcomes of live birth. We've developed an algorithm which has increased the accuracy of PGT-A analysis. This has resulted in a greater number of positive outcomes for patients and clinicians. We also offer PGT-M and PGT-SR, testing for inherited genetic conditions, and we also offer ER-Peak, which detects the receptivity status of the endometrium, which informs the clinician as to the most suitable time for embryo transfer and increases the likelihood of achieving pregnancy. We are global leaders in reproductive genetic testing. We have over 27 years of experience now and have performed over 500,000 PGT procedures. We have in-depth genetic counselling, which I'm going to talk about later. And we have a lot of abstracts that we've published. In fact, we consider ourselves to be the driving force behind advancements in PGT. We are ISO 15189 accredited for PGT-A, PGT-SR and PGT-M. On the screen now, you can see the UK and Ireland team. If you're watching this from outside of the UK and Ireland, you'll be dealing with different people. But if you're from the UK and Ireland, this is probably quite a lot of familiar faces for you here. These are all of our staff that you'll interact with. The key person, of course, is your account manager, shown in the middle of the screen. They're your key contact, and they're the person that you should contact in the first instance if you're interested in setting up a PGT program. And they will help you manage this and coordinate all the activity within the many different employees here that you can see from CooperSurgical. So the account manager doesn't work alone. They have 125 colleagues working in the UK and Ireland. So one of the first things that the account manager will do is they'll get in contact with David Crimes and Tony Gordon from our genomics team, and together with your account manager, they will come into the clinic to discuss your requirements, and they can also present to you and your team, so yourself, the lab, clinicians, nurses, etc., everyone that you want to get involved, what PGT is and the benefits of PGT for your clinic. And if you'd like to get a flavour of this, there's another webinar in this series, Why Offer PGT-A, Reducing the Trauma of Miscarriage, which I would recommend that you listen to. For your lab staff, they will need the correct laboratory skills, and we have Dave Morrill and Colleen Lynch who run biopsy training courses, and I'm going to talk about these very shortly. Equipment requirements are, of course, for setting up a biopsy program, you'll need a micromanipulator and a laser, and this is Austin, our equipment manager here. We also have Leonie, who covers Ireland and Scotland for equipment, so your account manager will put you in contact with them to sort out your equipment needs. That's myself, Emily Austin. I'm sales manager for the UK and Ireland, and Mike Worley, and we'll work with your account manager to put together pricing for you for the PGT program. And I'll talk about this later, but we'll probably do this as part of a partnership agreement with you. We're involved with other products that we supply for you as well. This is Zuza, who is heads up our global support team, and Zuza will take you through the process and explain the logistics of onboarding and how you get your biopsy samples to us. In fact, Zuza explains this very well in another webinar in this series, a step-by-step guide to getting started with PGT, and a further webinar, what happens to a biopsy sample, the journey from lab to result. So I recommend you listen to those as well. This is Reem, who works with Zuza. Once you are ready to go with the PGT program, you'll want to think about how you promote this and explain it to your patients. And we have Danielle and Chelsea and Martin who work with us, and they're responsible for marketing support. And I'll run through with you later the kind of marketing support that we can give you. This is Joe and Andrew in our customer services team, who will ship biopsy kits to you and deal with any other ordering requirements you might have for any other products you might need, such as pipettes or biopsy media. This is Leonie, who heads up the genomics lab in the UK. This is Jen, our genetics counsellor, who provides genetic counselling for patients. I'm going to talk about genetic counselling later, but there's also, again, I recommend another webinar, The Role of Genetic Counselling, for you to listen to about that. So moving on to where our genetic testing is done, I'm very pleased to let you know that we've opened a new London PGT lab. This is state-of-the-art facilities. It's located in the iHub in Hammersmith. And the iHub is an innovation centre that's been set up by Imperial College. It's bringing together cutting-edge scientific innovation and business. CooperSurgical are totally committed to PGT, as demonstrated by the high level of investment in PGT and the scaling up of our PGT reproductive genetics capabilities. This lab is now open, and we welcome you to come and have a tour of these facilities. And in order for you to do that, please speak to your account manager. Your account manager will also liaise with Danielle and Chelsea and Martin to assist you with ways that you can promote your PGT service and engage with patients. We have a lot of resources already in existence, such as brochures, patient-specific leaflets, leaflets about products and services. Our website has a great deal of content, and some of this can be linked to your website or added to your website. And this includes our very popular whiteboard videos shown in the middle at the bottom here, which explain very clearly what PGT-A and PGT-M and PGT-SR are. They're very easy to understand, and they're very accessible for patients. We also partner with Engaged MD, who provide online educational modules which explain what PGT is. And patients can work through these online at their own time, at their own convenience, and they'll get all the information about PGT. The modules also have questions at the end, which the patients can answer to test their own understanding. The clinic has access to the data around which patients have been using Engaged MD, so they know which patients are working their way through the material and the modules, so they can track the progress of the patients. The advantages of Engaged MD are that patients are more knowledgeable, they have a clearer understanding, they have less questions, and overall this leads to shorter consultations. There's also a consenting module within Engaged MD to speed up the consenting aspect of PGT. We have a webinar about Engaged MD. It's given by Stephanie Sennett from Engaged MD, and it's entitled Educating and Supporting PGT Patients with Engaged MD. And I'd recommend that you have a listen to that to find out more about Engaged MD. Engaged MD is part of the value-added service of being a CooperSurgical PGT customer, and we provide this to you free of charge, so you can in turn provide this to your patients. If you're listening to this from outside of the UK and Ireland, Engaged MD is currently available in English. This is a photo of our new distribution centre in the Netherlands. We've opened up a big distribution centre. You may well know that the Netherlands itself is a huge distribution hub, so the Netherlands is the perfect place to set somewhere like this up. It's got state-of-the-art facilities, and all CooperSurgical fertility and genomics solutions products are brought here. That's all the consumables and the equipment and the biopsy kits, and they're all brought here and then distributed to our customers from here, which means we can ship you out biopsy kits with all of the other consumables that you'll be ordering from us, and we can put these on a standing order to streamline your ordering processes. We have an order cut-off of 3 p.m. for next day delivery, so providing we know about your order before 3, we'll deliver it to you for the next day. How else can we help? We have managed service contracts, and these are for UK NHS customers. And the managed service contracts will streamline all orders of consumables and genomics and equipment as well, any equipment that you may need. We streamline the ordering of this and the payment of it into one monthly order, and that rolls on and on and on. This makes payment through the NHS very easy for our customers and has the added advantage that most of the VAT is recoverable as part of a HMRC approved scheme. So if you're interested in finding out more about managed service contracts, please speak to your account manager. For UK and Ireland customers, we have partnership agreements, and we have numerous customers with whom we've entered into a partnership agreement now. So the 3-year agreement to purchase products from us will also include additional support and benefits as well. And if this is something that you're interested in, please contact your account manager for more details. The Equipment Refresher Scheme, this looks at your equipment requirements over the next 2, 3, 5, even 10 years. And we will work with you to assess a plan for what equipment requirements will arise. And in this case, we're talking about genomics, will obviously also include biopsy equipment such as micromanipulators and lasers. So we can work with you to put together a replacement scheme, which also includes installation and a service plan for the equipment that you need. And we can work with you also to spread the payments out over an agreed time frame. TPAs and SLAs, you will need a service level agreement with us for genomics, and we will set this up with our standard SLA, and we will proactively contact you when this is up for renewal. We've also got third-party agreements as well for our other products. And other things too, so we can also undertake lab audits for you, and lab audits, in this case we're talking about genomics, can also include auditing biopsy practice and troubleshooting of biopsy practice to make sure that's optimized. We can also help you with new condition guidance for HFEA approval. We can give you some advice as to how to gain regulatory approval. And there's another webinar in this series which Steve Troop delivers for us, and that's called How to Navigate the Red Tape, Gaining Regulatory Approval, the UK Experience. And if you're interested in finding out more about gaining regulatory approval, I recommend that you listen to that webinar. And there are various other ways in which we can support you to set up a PGT program, including biopsy training. So we run biopsy courses teaching embryologists how to biopsy. We've run numerous courses and we've trained over 70 embryologists from the UK and Ireland. We run these courses for a small number of embryologists at a time, just between 6 and 8 people, and this covers the theory and the practical aspects of biopsying. We've had really good feedback on these courses. We also keep a lookout for events that we run. We run seminars, webinars, and focus group meetings all over the UK and Ireland. And if you sign up for our fortnightly newsletter by sending an email to the address on the screen, then our customer services team will send you this newsletter every fortnight, letting you know what events we're running, and you'd be very welcome to join them and attend. A key reason to undertake PGT with us is the technology that we use to assess and interpret PGT results. PGT AI 2.0 is our latest PGT offering. The PGT AI platform is a groundbreaking, first of its kind mathematical algorithm that harnesses the power of artificial intelligence, big data and machine learning to maximize both sensitivity and specificity during PGT-A. The data that it is built on is from over 10,000 embryos and over 1,000 live births and sustained pregnancy outcomes. The data set is continuously growing. It's statistically robust and accurate, and importantly removes subjectivity and avoids human errors from interpretation of the data. PGT AI 2.0 also includes SNP analysis, or single nucleotide polymorphism analysis, along with NGS. So these two methods for aneuploidy detection means we can now undertake 2PN validation. And in our PGT AI 2.0 Plus version, We can also confirm parent of origin of abnormality testing and male and female triploidy. All of this means we are now reporting more euploid embryos, and we have a 7.7% relative increase in euploid embryo reporting and a 4.2% relative decrease in aneuploid reporting. Overall, we have an increase in the number of patients with at least one reported euploid embryo, and clinics importantly have increased confidence when prioritising a euploid for transfer. You can hear more about this technology in the webinar by David Crimes, How Can I Be Sure a Euploid is a Euploid? Introducing PGT AI 2.0. We also provide genetic counselling, and this is provided over the phone or Skype for maximum convenience. The counsellor will discuss what the test is and what it involves, review the results where relevant, and where applicable, undertake a medical history analysis. All counselling is summarised by letter, ensuring you are updated and involved and informed. You can hear more about genetic counselling in Jen Sloan's webinar, The Role of Genetic Counselling. We supply a full range of consumables across the ART cycle process, and for biopsy this includes products such as the stripper, an easy range, which offer a complete selection of denudation and handling tips. The stripper PGT pipetta has an extra small diameter, perfect for handling biopsied material. We also have, holding pipettes, including large holding pipettes, which are very popular with many biopsy practitioners, and biopsy pipettes with different diameters and different finishes as well, such as flat polished, and beveled spiked. So there's something for everyone there. We also provide Pasteur pipettes, Life Global dishes, and lots of media as well, including biopsy media, which is calcium and magnesium free, to allow easier removal of blastomeres, which can reduce cell lysis and decrease the time for the procedure. We also have cryopreservation products to cryopreserve embryos whilst you're waiting for results. We have the full portfolio of vitrification products that are very easy to use and ensure high survival rates. And we have a full range of lab equipment too. When it comes to biopsy, we have the Integra 3 micromanipulator, which our customers find very comfortable to use and ensures samples are kept at the optimal temperature. We also have the Saturn V laser, which is designed to ensure the lowest amount of heat reaches the embryo, thereby lowering the risk of thermal damage. The software for the Integra 3 and the Saturn V are compatible with each other and with our RI Witness system, which monitors the security of patient samples. So I think that's given you a flavour of how we make PGT easier, but just to recap, we have a very high level of support and resources and experts to call upon to help you at all stages of the process, setting up a PGT programme and running your PGT programme as well. We've got a state-of-the-art lab, which you're very welcome to visit. We also help you out with marketing support, and we have a software programme that helps with patient education. For your embryologists, we provide practical training. We can teach them to biopsy and provide ongoing training as well through audits and troubleshooting. And we can supply all of the other equipment and consumables that you need for the biopsy process. Although I think one of our key features is also the technology that we use, the PGT AI 2.0 platform, which is state-of-the-art and the most advanced platform on the market. On the screen now you can see a summary of the other webinars in this series, so please do investigate those and listen to them. And if you have any inquiries about setting a PGT program up, please in the first instance contact your account manager, or you can always reach us through the customer services address for Customer Services UK and Ireland. And that's everything. Thank you very much for listening to this webinar. Please get in contact if you have any questions.